Hi, I'm Dusty with Poison Spyder, here today to show you our new body-mounted JK tire carrier. So let's go over the features and benefits. So as you can see, it's built primarily out of tubing. It's 1.5 inch DOM tubing, CNC laser cut, laser notched, built in our jigs here at the shop. It's body mounted to the tub of the Jeep. It accommodates up to a 40-inch tire. I believe we've got a 35 on here now. And it also accommodates the high lift jack mount, Rotopax mounts, and a few other special features which we'll get into next. Operating the tire carrier is pretty simple. This is one of the cool things we've done with it. It's very simple, single turn, open up. It's one of the easiest opening body mounted tire carriers on the market. As you can see here, the way we mount the tire onto the tire carrier is also pretty simple. We have an Acme threaded nut here that holds tire on, so it doesn't matter what size wheel, tire, bolt pattern, any of that. This is universal for everything. And it's also lockable, so once the tire carrier is locked, your tire is locked in place also. One of the things we've really tried to pay attention to in the design of this tire carrier is to come up with a design that places the least amount of stress on the body as possible. Now, as you know, up to a 40-inch tire can be pretty heavy, and mounted just to the body of the Jeep, it can create a lot of stresses just from normal driving or off-roading. If you come off the ledge and the tire hits the ledge, one of the weaknesses we've seen in competing products is the way it mounts to the body isn't that strong. The body on the Jeep just isn't that strong, first of all, and if you don't spread that load out and also tie into heavier duty parts of the body, you're going to have a weaker mounting system. So let's take a closer look at the different components of how this tire carrier mounts to the Jeep. So here on the latch side of the tire carrier, this is the latch plate that we bolt to the body of the Jeep. And you'll notice it's a full-size plate that spreads that load out vertically across the entire corner of the Jeep rather than having two smaller points of contact. Inside the actual body of the Jeep, there's a couple of strengthening gussets that we have you install. You actually pull the tail light off so you can get inside there to install those pieces. I can't show it to you here on the video, but we'll put up a graphic that illustrates them. But at the top and the bottom, they tie this piece into the heavier gauge sheet metal of the body tub. So that's a pretty important feature, especially when you're carrying a heavy tire on the back of the Jeep. Now, as you look at the latch plate, you'll notice these two pins. These are alignment pins, and as the tire carrier is closed, the alignment pins are what actually carry the weight of the Jeep. The latch is what makes it easy to open and close. However, all the latch is doing is keeping the tire carrier closed against the latch plate. What's absorbing all of that stress up and down and keeping it from going back and forth are these two pins. Okay, so, and you'll see how easy it is to open and close when the tire carrier is properly aligned with these pins. These are CNC machined out of billet, and they're pretty heavy duty. Now, as you might imagine, with these alignment pins, that's a pretty precise fit, and you might imagine that it's going to be kind of difficult to get everything lined up correctly so that this closes as easy as this one does. We've addressed that over on the other side, and I'll show you how that works. So the installation process we cover in a separate video, but one of the things that we do during that installation is we replace half of the tailgate hinge with our custom pieces, the top and the bottom. Now, we mentioned the alignment pins on the other side, and how do we get that perfect alignment to happen? Well, if you look closely at this top hinge, you'll notice we have a cam style bushing here, and this cam works against this stop block to adjust the up and down height of the other end of the tire carrier. And by loosening this nut and turning this cam, you can dial in perfectly the alignment on the other side. And that's something we can't build that preload in here at the factory, because everybody's tire is a different size, different weight. You're going to have a different amount of sag in the assembly at the other end. So this allows you to easily adjust that during the installation so that it's perfectly calibrated for your Jeep. While we're over here looking at the hinges, a couple other things to note. This is a stop block, so that when you open the tire carrier, it stops it at a certain point. You'll also notice this is CNC machined aluminum cams. These are stainless steel hardware used throughout to help prevent rust. And also you notice this one's installed with the stock taillight. You can either use this with a stock taillight assembly or with our crusher corners and a LED flush mount taillight. Now, as you'll notice, we've relocated the license plate to the center of the tire carrier, and that's actually required with this tire carrier. As you'll see over here on the corner, the area that the stock license plate goes, it no longer fits there. We actually include the license plate delete cover so you can plug this hole. With the tire carrier open, you can tell that you still have full access to the tailgate of the Jeep. Also, this tire carrier works with just about any bumper on the market. Here we're using it with the Rock Brawler 2 rear bumper that we built for the JK. We've also tested it with our BFH rear bumper, and it works great with the stock bumpers as well. So again, as you can see, we have mounts built in for Rotopacks. At this point, we don't sell the Rotopacks, but you can get them from just about any off-road parts dealer, including most Poison Spyder dealers. There's mounts for two full-size Rotopacks on the back, and then also on the side. Now, the ones on the side are better suited to the smaller Rotopacks, especially on the passenger side. You can't fit the large style one on there because it will contact the stock taillight. Okay. On the passenger side, you can choose to either run the Rotopacks or your high lift jack, or nothing at all. Now, you may see that the high lift jack does hang down a little bit. For some of you, if you'd rather pull the pin and stick the foot plate of the jack in your tool bag, that would work better as well. So there's the JK body mounted tire carrier. If you have any further questions about it, don't hesitate to give our sales staff a call, 951-849-5911, or check out our website, www.poisonspyder.com. Thanks.